And now we've got a story. It's the story of Karkati. Vasistha continued. In connection with this, O Ram, there is an ancient legend which I shall now narrate to you. There once lived to the north of the Himalaya mountain a terrible demoness known as Karkati. She was huge, black and dreadful to look at. This demoness could not get enough to eat, and she was ever hungry. She thought, if only I can eat all the people living in Jambudvipa continent in one meal, then my hunger will disappear, even as a mirage disappears after a heavy rain. Jambudvipa, I think, is just the Earth as this planet. Such a course of action is not inappropriate, since it is appropriate to preserve one's life. However, since the people of Jambudvipa are pious, charitable, devoted to God, and endowed with a knowledge of herbs, it is inappropriate to harass these peace-loving people. Let me engage myself in penance, for through penance is attained that which would otherwise be extremely difficult to attain. Karkati then went up one of the snow peaks and commenced her penance, standing on one leg. She was as firm as a marble statue and did not even notice days and months pass by. In course of time she had grown so thin that it looked as if she was a skeleton clad in a transparent skin. Thus she remained for 1,000 years. So this is the Hindu tradition or belief that by practicing austerity, boons can be won from the gods. After 1,000 years had passed, the Creator Brahma appeared before her, pleased with her penance. By intense penance one can attain anything, even poisonous fumes are extinguished. You wonder what that's referring to, even poisonous fumes are extinguished. You could think of better things to do with 1,000 years worth of penance than extinguish poisonous fumes. She bowed to him mentally and began to wonder what boon she could ask of him, or what boon she should ask of him. Ah yes, she thought, I shall request that I should become a living steel pin, Suchika, an embodiment of disease. With this boon I shall simultaneously enter the hearts of all beings and fulfill my desire and appease my hunger. When Brahma said to her, I am pleased with your penance, ask a boon of your choice, she expressed her wish. Okay, well this is like one of these legendary stories. The logic doesn't really seem to hang together, but let's go along with it anyway. Brahma said, so be it. You shall be Visuchika. Remaining a subtle thing, you will inflict pain on those who eat the wrong food and indulge in wrong living by entering their heart. However, one can attain relief by the use of the following mantra. And there's a longish mantra here, which I'm not going to attempt to recite. Perhaps if there are any people out there who know the mantra, they could put it into a video reply and chant it for us. One who's proficient in this mantra should wear it on his left arm, and thinking of the moon, pass that hand over the patient, who will be cured at once. The translator seems to think this is the origin of the cholera virus, or he's suggesting that what's being described here is the cholera virus. Vasistha continued. Immediately, O Rama, the demoness with a mountainous body began to shrink gradually to the size of a pin. She became so subtle that her existence could only be imagined. She was like the extremely subtle Susumna Nadi that links the base of the spine with the crown of the head. She was like the Alaya consciousness described by the Buddhists. She was constantly followed by her other form, not known as Visuchika, which is cholera.